Good Mark TV morning. If you haven't heard yet, Pepsi has pissed off the entire internet because of one commercial. But here's the thing, I don't think they deserve as much flack as they're getting, or at least why they're getting it. And I'll tell you why. Good Mark TV morning. Now, if you haven't seen this commercial yet, there are tons of places to see it, and the entire world, or the internet world anyway, which seems to be the only one that counts, is absolutely outraged about this commercial that Pepsi's put on. You see, Pepsi, in their infinite desire to appeal to the younger crowd, and I guess that being the millennials now, they have successfully managed to pull together every single stereotype you can imagine. Now, let's dive right into this commercial and kind of pick it apart and see really what's going on here. So first you start off with this young Asian guy playing the cello all by himself, because that's what Asian guys do, right? They play musical instruments while all their friends are outside playing. Why? Because they got their parents saying, you're not going out playing with your friends until you practice your cello. Now, of course, they'd be saying that with an Asian accent, which I am totally not going to do. So we move along to this outside scene, and hey, look, we've got some white rich girls who are like, yay, look at us. We're in a protest. Selfie time. Which brings us to the protest itself. Now, what exactly are these guys protesting? I mean, they're holding signs that say, join the conversation. Now, could you come up with a possibly less motivational and controversial statement than let's join the conversation? I guess all the signs that said, let's just hang out together were all sold out. And then we move along to the single Muslim person in this entire video, that being a woman with a nose ring. Not sure why she's got a nose ring, but what we do know is that she's very, very angry and upset. And you know, kind of makes sense, because if you look at the portrayal of Muslims in television and in movies, they're always angry about something. So it only seems right, I guess, that Pepsi would kind of stay with that theme and create an angry Muslim woman. And then, of course, we've got our black breakdancers. I mean, of course, white guys don't breakdance. So here you go, your two stereotypical black guys shaking it down. And then as this whole protest or parade walks by, Kendall Jenner, who's getting like a photo shoot done because like she's the perfect white girl, well, she sees it and jumps right in. She's taking off her wig and handing it to the black girl saying, hold my wig, girl, and while you're at it, get me something to drink and tidy this place up. And as she works her way through the crowd, she grabs herself a Pepsi and takes it over to the white cop. I mean, if you notice, all the cops are white. So here's the one thing that kind of really weirds me out about this whole scene. It's the way she's carrying the can. I mean, who carries a pop can like that? I'll tell you who. It's someone who's been carrying a purse for their entire life. Their arm is like permanently like twisted like that because they're walking around with a purse. So she hands the can to a cop, a white cop of course. He takes a drink, smiles, and everything is awesome. The world is a fantastic, beautiful, wonderful place because this white cop likes Pepsi. Now, does this commercial suck? Yes. It sucks because it's taking so many stereotypes and cramming them together and pushing them out at us. It's like Pepsi saying, look at us, we've got everybody covered because we're all about unity. I mean, the fact is, all you really need is an Israeli and a Palestinian walking arm in arm, and you've kind of covered everybody. But in trying to please everybody, they've in fact upset everybody because no one appreciates all these kind of stereotypical personalities being shoved together in really a very unnatural way. I mean, let's be realistic here. A protest like the one in this commercial would never happen. But enough about the commercial. Here's what I really have a problem with. If you want to hate the commercial, that's fine. But the rage and anger that's going on the internet and through social media seems to be more about people being offended by what's in it because they're taking ownership of what they're seeing. Let me give you an example. Here is a shot from the commercial where Kendall Jenner is handing a Pepsi to a white cop. Now, this picture is being compared to this other picture of a black woman being approached by two white cops during a protest. Now, this is a very, very famous picture, and a lot of people are saying that Kendall Jenner handing the Pepsi to the cop is in fact devaluing the experience or the message that's being conveyed in this first picture. But here's the problem I have. How do we know that the two pictures have really anything to do with each other. I mean, one is a woman approaching a wall of police saying, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not bringing any harm. I'm just here in my presence. That's it. Nice and simple. Then you get Kendall Jenner saying, hey, have a Pepsi. That's it. I mean, here's the thing. No one wants to talk about this picture from 1967 where you got this guy here putting flowers in the rifles of military police. No one touches on that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a supporter of what Black Lives Matter stands for, but I don't always agree with the way they do it, with the way they convey their message or say what they do. And that's not just for them. It's really any group or any individual that takes ownership of a situation, looks at it and says, well, what you're saying goes against what I believe, therefore you're wrong. And the problem today is social media has empowered every single person on the planet to do that. I mean, you could look at anything, any commercial, any TV show, any movie, any book, and if you dive deep enough, you will find something that goes against your personal values. And that could be taken as offensive, and you can protest it publicly. So is this commercial a good one? No, definitely not. Does the internet have a right to be pissed off about it? Yes, absolutely. But you know what? My view is this. Be pissed off at the commercial because it's stupid. It's full of cliches. It's full of stereotypes. It's poorly written, and it really doesn't kind of convey the message that people really want to hear. It's just fake and convoluted. But don't be mad at it because it's got a protest in it. I mean, albeit a pretty crummy protest. Because here's the thing, as long as there's been people and government and authority, there have been protests of some type. And just because you put one in a commercial doesn't mean you're devaluing every other protest before it. And if there is any upsides to this, well, two come to mind. First off, it's managed to pull together the internet into one united voice, crossing all cultures and demographics, which is a beautiful thing in itself, albeit, I believe, very, very short-lived. Number two, well, I can't wait to see Pepsi's next commercial. So until next time, I'm Mark Gordon. You've been watching Mark TV. Got any comments or questions about this episode? I'm sure you do. Post them down below. You know I will answer because that's how we roll. And now I'm going to cover the screen with kind of segments of upcoming episodes and previous episodes. Click on one. Keep watching. I'll see you later.